All right, it's the rundown, June 21st. Coming to you live from Chicago. We got Megan making money, White Sox Dave, myself, I'm Chief, and it's brought to you today by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey, the official whiskey of the NASCAR Chicago Street Race that's coming up July 1st and 2nd. It's the first ever NASCAR street race that will be held on a street circuit through downtown Chicago and the shores of Lake Michigan. It's going to be visually spectacular. It's going to be unbelievable. So, and if people aren't familiar with Chicago, it'll be right along the lake. It's down by like the Hart, kind of over near Soldier Field, the Field Museum, all like the coolest, the coolest landmarks, the biggest, most iconic streets in Chicago. We're just shutting them down to let NASCAR do their thing. They're going to fix all our potholes. It's going to be great, and we're going to be there enjoying Jack Daniel's whiskey, number 7. Megan, you like Jack Daniel's?
Of course.
Of course. Everybody likes Jack Daniels, a little Jack and Coke, watch some NASCAR. And there's a lot of different ways to make whiskey, but there's only one way to make Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels could have been like any other whiskey, but instead they charcoal mellow every drop through 10 feet of hard sugar maple charcoal, and they use water from Cave Spring Hollow in Lynchburg, Tennessee. So make it count. Make it Jack Daniels. Please drink responsibly. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniel's and Old Number 7 are registered trademarks. Jack Daniel's, all rights reserved. And you can enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to Jack Daniel's Balbo Club. That's right where the race is at the NASCAR Chicago Street Race. Right now through June 26th, text JACKRACE, all caps, one word, to 68405 or visit jackdaniels.com/Chicago Race to enter to win and for official rules. Jack Daniels.
That's jackdaniels.com/shy-race, not Chicago Race. It's shy-race. A little bit of a tongue twister.
Thank you, David.
You got the assist.
Yeah.
What's on the agenda today, Chief?
Well, it's the story the whole world is focusing on. So it's that Titanic submarine. So the latest update is that they heard banging on the sonar that they believe was coming from the submarine. So if you don't know that these bunch of like basically billionaires rented out this submarine, they went down to look at the Titanic, and now they're stuck and they can't get back up. So this thing supposedly has 7 different ways of reaching the surface. None of them are working. The clock is ticking because at 11 o'clock our time tomorrow, 11 o'clock a.m., they're supposed to run out of oxygen. So it is the story that everybody's like thinking of. Dave, how much would they have to pay you to go into one of those?
There's
things?
not an amount of billions, million. I don't know. It's something that no one would ever offer. But like, I saw the picture of it, and it's just like a long egg, kinda. And you go into it barefoot, and there's no chairs for so it holds 5 people. The pilot is what they were calling it, the captain or whatever, and the 4 passengers that are on the excursion. And you sit on this little floor in the middle of this submarine egg thing, barefoot on your ass. No chairs, no nothing. It's just you're in a little room that's like 5 by 5, whatever. That sounds so not fun to me. Even if you guaranteed that I would return safely and everything, I would want absolutely nothing to do with that. But to each their own.
Yeah. Super
sad story. I really hope they, figure it out and get down there and get these guys out, because that's got to be I remember when we drafted the worst ways to die, 2 years ago, and it wasn't exactly well received. Mm-hmm. This might have made the list. Like having a countdown shot clock on your life, like you got 30 hours lived, 24,
it sounds
12.
Like there's no way to. There's only 3 vessels that can get to that level. Nobody knows how to get to them, so it's like it is just like a countdown clock. Yeah.
So my thing is like I love the ocean, and like I've wanted to go in like a submarine and see like cool stuff. But my thing is like, if you have that much money, why the fuck do you want to go see the Titanic wreckage? It's been there forever.
Just watch the movie.
It like you could Google it. Like what possesses
They're
you?
looking for the heart of the ocean. They want to actually have more riches.
I mean, that could definitely be a spin zone. I don't hate that, but I just feel like, at what point are you like, I'm gonna, as you said, sit on my ass in the submarine with all of these other really rich people and just go look through a hole at wreckage?
Yeah.
I don't. That just sounds so boring. And again, I feel really bad for these people, so that I don't want this to come off as insincere.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you kind of put yourself there.
Well, and I like the ocean too. I don't like the bottom of the ocean.
No, it's the
I
scariest
wanna see,
place
like,
on the
No
planet.
fucking thing.
I want to see like coral reefs and like
Yeah.
stuff that's like in a livable zone. Like I don't want to go in pitch black.
How have you done like scuba diving?
Yes, I
Okay.
I love to scuba dive.
Okay, so you are like under the sea, like you're the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
If my whole life everyone's like, would you rather go to space or be able to go under the water all day?
Give me space. But this is kind of like the plot. Remember, have you seen Apollo 13?
Yeah.
Okay. have
It's
you seen
yeah,
it? Where they had
That's
to like construct that thing
Yeah.
to like turn carbon dioxide
out of
into,
like aluminum foil in the
Yeah.
spaceship's
like paper towel
kitchen.
rolls
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah. So
Also, there's been like, you remember those kids that got caught in the cave and like
we
they
were
had,
just talking about
well,
yeah.
like my thing is, if they survived extra long, these people could survive a little bit longer too, right?
I think there's math involved because they like
Just air?
they just don't have oxygen.
I feel like
So-
that's so like I feel like if you have a vessel like that and you're all fucking billionaires, you should have like oxygen tanks or like something to replenish. I don't know. Like
you got to take turns holding your breath.
I saw someone say you
like-
should have put an air tag on it. Like on a tweet.
That's the weird part that I like. What about CO2 emissions?
That's part of it too.
Oh, so they are like poisoning themselves as
Yeah.
they take in it. Okay.
At least they would just fall asleep. I guess was that be how that?
I would
happen?
hope someone
I think
pulled out
you-
a gun and pulled the trigger in the back of my head.
Dave.
Well, wouldn't you at this point? That's got to be psychological warfare on these people sitting down there.
Of course, it's psychological warfare, but you are holding also onto like the 0.1% chance that you could still make it. Like you would be the biggest idiot in the
Yeah.
world if you blew your brains out. Then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, someone comes, dun, dun, dun,
Like
hey,
it-
we're here to save you.
Have you seen the Twitter activity of this stepson of one of the guys on
Yeah.
Twitter?
Oh,
This
and that
the
was my
weird
favorite part of the story. He look, I got a Blink 182 tattoo.
Okay.
It's a lyric, it's me and my friend's thing, but it's I
So
get the love for it.
That's
But
one thing you have in common with Clemmer then.
Yeah.
I thought he just had Donatello.
No, he has like matching tattoos with his friends.
Oh yeah,
in
well
Ninja
that
Turtles.
works.
Yeah.
Well, mine's not a matching tattoo with my friend. It's again, let's get morbid here. He died.
Oh, shit.
So it was that. But I do have a matching tattoo with my best friend.
Okay.
I have Dude, and she has Sweet in our lips.
Okay. All right.
Wait, you got a lip tattoo?
How long do those last? Forever?
They said it was supposed to wear off in like 3 years, but it's been there since I was 18.
Okay, so we're gonna
So,
say
yeah.
forever. Yeah.
Talk about countdowns. We could
Alright.
get a countdown on that.
Yeah. Yeah. So this kid, never let a good tragedy go to waste. So the stepson is looking to cash in with porn stars, Blink 182, everything. So I want to hate on it, but
My
maybe
favorite
he
part-
fucking hates that guy.
My favorite part was they would want me to be here.
Yeah.
What? Out of everywhere, they would want you to be at a Blink 182
Yep.
concert? Okay.
Live your
that
life.
makes
Life
sense.
is life is for the living.
Life is precious.
It's a stepson.
Yeah.
Would you like a stepfather?
He could be a
I would
huge
hate
dick.
that guy no matter what
If he
how
had
nice he was.
billions of dollars, no.
That would change the calculus a little bit for sure.
Hello, Daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he's in line for some of that.
And that's probably what it is.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I don't want to say that.
Yeah,
You
no.
said that, not me. All right, next story. Kendrick Perkins was duped on Twitter. He thinks NBA player Jonathan Kuminga grew from 6'7" to 7'2". So there was a tweet. Moses Moody on Jonathan Kuminga having another growth spurt this past year. I'm not lying. He's tall as shit now, or as tall as fuck now. 20-year-old Kuminga is rumored to be 7 feet. A reply confirmed he was actually 7'2". Kendrick Perkins said live on ESPN that he had seen reports that Kuminga was 7'2" now. You're waiting for this type of growth spurt.
I am. I've been
Yeah.
waiting for 23 years or
Yeah.
so. I don't know. He got duped. It's easy to get duped.
We've
here
all
and there.
been there.
We've all been duped on Twitter.
I would say
He handled it well, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perk. I like Perk.
He's
I do
tall
too.
as fuck now.
Yeah, he's tall
Yeah.
as fuck now. But that is like, shout out, credit to me. I grew 10 inches in 1 year when I was 17. So I feel like people have late growth spurts. So this guy, if he was 20 years old, I don't think it's out of the question that he could shoot up another 5
Yeah, Max
inches.
Strus did it in college.
Yeah.
Went from like 6'2" guard at D2 Lewis to
Now
6'7".
he's in the NBA.
I wonder
yeah,
what like
starter on
type
an
of
NBA
genetics
finals team.
makes that happen. Like to where like some people just like are done. Like I was done as a 6th grader. Like I have not gotten any taller.
Well, I
It's
think
much-
I just had like a very delayed puberty.
Maybe.
So no,
It happens in men a lot more frequently, I think.
Promise. That's what it was.
And I had a what would be the opposite of a delay? Early start
Yeah.
to
You had like
puberty.
a mustache
Yeah.
at like 6 starting to come in.
12. I was shaving when I was 12.
I'm still not.
yeah.
Like, Just had bad coverage up there. It just never came in the right way. But yeah, whatever, Perk. It could happen. It's not impossible.
Yeah, just laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
I got duped on Twitter. Well, not duped. I said something dumb on Twitter last night. I had partaken in a little 3-chi, and I saw Cody Hoyer, pitcher on the Cubs, that was part of the Craig Kimbrell trade 2 summers ago, threw a pitch, and you could tell, like, arm exploded. Like, the way he reacted. The ball went into the crowd, basically. He almost threw it over the backstop. And I was like, man, I hope this is a lot worse than it looks. I meant to say, I hope this looks a lot worse than it is.
Like, fuck Cody Hoyer.
Sometimes you just flip your words around here and there, and people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, what? I actually like Cody Hoyer.
Like,
and then I reread it. I was
wrong.
like, fuck.
Did you delete?
I deleted it, and I had Uncle Chaps add it to the log, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I just didn't feel like dealing with a bunch of fucking assholes on the internet 10 o'clock on a Tuesday.
I hear that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to talk to you about something else real quick.
What do you got?
I want to talk about HeyDude. HeyDude is one of the world's most comfortable shoes. They're so comfortable that they make your feet and your whole day feel better. And right now, they have an awesome offer. This kind of sale only happens a few times a year. So from June 11th through June 24th. So we're right up against the clock here. So you better get moving on that. Get 25% off everything at HeyDude.com using code DUDE25. All of their products are unbelievably lightweight. They're astonishingly easy to put on, slip right in, no tying necessary. I've actually seen like Instagram commercials for these, and I am definitely going to get a pair. So using that 25% off with that code DUDE25. They have a ton of variety, whether it's in prints, colors, materials, or styles. There's a look for everyone. HeyDude shoes have a range of products from tried and true styles, the Wendy for girls, the Wally for guys. Those are our favorites. There are also expanded silhouettes available, including sandals, slides, sneakers, and slip-ons. Get 25% off almost everything at HeyDude.com. Again, that code is DUDE25, and that sale ends in 3 days. So get on your computer, hit pause on the rundown right now, go to HeyDude.com, use that code DUDE25, start your shopping.
25% off?
Huge.
Yeah, I'm on their website now, and they're not expensive shoes. So that 25% off, you're getting these are all very cool, actually. I would definitely rock these personally. Looks like awesome summer shoes.
Yep.
Nice little thick soles.
Sale going.
Yeah.
All right. So next story on the list, the Stephen F. Austin bowling scandal.
This one's awesome.
Dave,
I just got caught up on it. So apparently the Stephen F. Austin bowling program is like the Bama of the bowling world. They've won a couple national championships.
I've seen him on ESPNU before.
You've gotten into the bowling game? We should start a bowling vertical one day. Just get into bowling, you know?
But no, it is like bowling is like sneaky right there with golf for like a Sunday afternoon background noise.
I personally
for a nap
can't. I think bowling stinks.
I love the sound of the pins.
It's a great
like,
sound.
It's just like the...
Yeah.
I can't even even do the sound.
So the assistant bowling coach at Stephen F. Austin resigned after getting caught in an affair with a player. The head coach of the team is his wife. So tough situation that you cheated on your boss and your wife with a player. So the quote from the fired coach, I knew it was kind of a no-no, but there's not a rule saying it can't happen. There's not a rule saying I'm going to go to jail for doing something like this. There's nothing in stone. I guess it's just like an ethics code. Like we frown upon it, but there's no rule. There's no law broken. Preach.
The law of marriage.
But it doesn't stop there. The quotes get even crazier because he's just airing out all him and his wife's dirty laundry. Technically, his wife's his book.
But like that whole thing it's almost like the Costanza was like, was I wrong? Should
I not have banged the janitor on the desk?
Yeah. So he goes on to say, I was the stay-at-home dad for 5 years with the kid while Amber got to go off and coach the team. And when she'd get back, I'd run to practices on top of taking care of the kids while she was back. When they'd travel again, I would sit back and take care of the kids. Then when I got hired on, she almost forced me to run practices. I was a volunteer the entire time. Before that, trying to help out Amber. Once I got hired on, one thing stemmed from another. I felt like I was doing too much for what I was being valued at. So this guy hated his job, hated being a dad, hated being a husband, and he was just waiting for the right player to come along to fuck everything up.
And to me, it just sounds like he's blaming his wife because he was banging their players.
I will say
it's hilarious.
That he is wrong, but the wife kind of sounds like a bitch.
It's not. I would like to hear her. I wish they like could do televised couples therapy.
I need
for
her
these
to. I need her to sit. Like I need to see what she looks like, because there's those women that just are very stern and angry looking. Like she might. What if she just yelled at this guy every day, just telling him he was
Here, let's look her up. Let's see what.
Did you ever watch that the Netflix show about the cheerleading? It was like a junior college cheerleading.
I think I did. I'm trying to
And they had this woman. I loved her. She was the head coach, but she always felt like kind of bad. Because like she was just never around, and so I think if you have to like have a conversation about like what your marriage and life is going to look like, because if you sign up and then like this just becomes your life because your wife becomes the Nick Saban of bowling,
that's
and then
just
you're left at home.
That's like the Truman Show. I feel like that's something that doesn't happen. Bowling. And like being really good and people being really interested in it, and then you fucking a student that's just throw some more
and you just end up fucking one of the players.
Yeah.
I want to hear a comment from the player too. Like what?
There's no rules.
I got a picture of these two coaches and these two spouses pulled up.
Does she look mean?
I wouldn't say mean is the way I describe her.
Does she look like she likes men?
Yes, very much.
I feel like I'm playing Guess Who.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get canceled right now, which should tell you enough.
Is that your goal for the year?
Until I get a new contract and I can get a fat buyout if I do get canceled or something.
All right.
But anyways, I think he was probably trying to get caught. Let's leave it at that.
He wanted it out. Well, speaking of potentially terrible wives, the next story: woman divorces her husband because he was, quote, killing her vibe by having cancer. So Megan, as the only married person on the panel, will turn it to you.
Well, I just said that the bowling lady was probably a bitch, but now I'm going to take it back because I forgot that this topic was next. This girl is the bitch. You get married, it's for like rich or for poor, or at least in Catholic Church. I don't know about anywhere else, but
I mean, it says right there, sickness and in health.
Like
the next,
quite literally. And just like how bad of a person, like I can understand her like having to do a lot and it being really depressing. You have therapy for stuff like that. You don't just be like, your vibe is so bad, like you dying fuck.
Yeah.
Like that's so awful.
Like, stop trying to fucking die, you asshole.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, stop dying on me.
Now, just as a hypothetical, because obviously this woman is tough. I mean, but let's say they weren't married. Let's say that they had just been dating, seriously dating, we'll say for 8 months, and one of the two gets cancer. What are your obligations then? Like, you were on a marriage track.
So I feel like,
do you pull an ejector cord at that point?
I don't know. It depends on, I guess, like how much you truly are into that person. Like when I knew my husband for the short amount of time I did, like I would have like taken care of him, but I also there's tons of boyfriends that I would have pulled the plug on.
Right. Yeah. I guess you're right. But that to me is just like,
I mean, would you guys like?
I don't know.
Do you guys have girlfriends right now? I know you're working on one over there, right?
No, that's not true at all.
No.
No comment.
No.
But like this is her quote was like, we couldn't really think about our future. How can you plan for your future as a newly married couple when you're struggling with something like cancer? People react in one of two ways to critical illness. The first type was how my husband unfortunately was, the people who drown in self-pity. The second type of people are those who are instead concerned with everyone around them. So the second quote was tough. The first one I can kind of empathize with. Like, you're trying to like, should we have kids? I don't know. Like, I don't want to be a single parent. Like, all that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
So I feel, but like you take that vow is a vow. It should mean something.
Okay, here.
But if you're just dating, I think it's like, well,
I'm trying to look at this from her perspective. If he's just the most miserable, and how long was this going on for? 5 years?
They said,
I mean, they're married, so
you're newly married couple is what.
Especially as a newly married couple, that's really fucked
First
up.
of all, what kind of was it like terminal cancer or something?
They have a 5-year cancer battle.
Okay, so I imagine it's awful, but
Cancer's
I think
beatable.
It depends on the cancer, but if it's a treatable and curable cancer, and he's just being a miserable asshole, and after 5 years, she's like, "Hey, you got to pick yourself up," and like being that supportive person in his life, and his mood completely shifted from what it was when they started dating, like first date, to saying those vows. And she just couldn't take it anymore. Like, hey, dude, you like this is life.
But I feel
you
like
got
that's a cop out. Like, if you're dealing with someone that is fucking dying, why can't they just be sad?
But 5 years, I feel like 5-year cancer battles, like, don't, like, you might be living with cancer, but it's not you're gonna die because of this cancer. It's usually it kicks in pretty quick, and
I guess my motherly instinct though is just
I don't know.
I just would take care, I would take care of the person I was with. I don't know.
That's more mature. I'm trying to like this paragraph in the article is kind of confusing to me because she's 40 now, but she married her then husband when she got married when she was 22.
All right, so
when did and the guy, according to this, it's described as her late husband, so it sounds like he died. So R.I.P. But it's I don't know. Like I also feel like you were married young, right? Or
I got married at 23.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel I'm trying to like spin it so I can kind of get in her head a little bit but like once you say I do, I think that's.
But here's the other thing:
you can't just be like he's a downer.
If it is terminal, there's an expiration date, unfortunately, in the nearish future. So, ride it out, and once he does succumb to it, then you start your life kind of over. And it's not like she would be a bad person if she didn't.
Just be selfless for a little while.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let the dust settle and then get back into the dating world. Not just be like fuck you, divorced.
Should not have been married at 22.
I agree. It's I just want to show her the TikToks of like the dogs that are like terminal, and they bring them in for McDonald's and bring them to their favorite spots, and it's like that's what you do. That's what you do right there. Just let them go off into the sunset.
Yep. So I think it's a tough situation. I don't know what to make of that. This is just like a woman hating type of episode.
Megan's rolling with it the most.
The final video is this woman, which I can't figure out where she's from.
She seems like a beast.
It's got to be Florida.
Shout out to her. She seems like she's one hell of a woman.
She is just going to fucking town on stomping on windshields, trying to punch through glass.
Looks like
of this
PCP.
SUV. Hell hath no fury, like a scorned woman. So, Meg, what was your takeaway from this girl?
Either it's just an extreme road rage, or she has just had a really bad day, or it's PCP with a combination of both things. Because the way she jumps up on that car, I think she's barefooted too, and just starts stomping everything out.
No, she's got shoes on. I'm watching it now. I saw this last night, and that was my immediate thought: meth, Florida. I think it would take me throwing like a baseball full speed crow hop action to shatter a car windshield, because it's like tempered glass. It doesn't fully shatter really.
Yeah.
And she hopped on but she's not. She looks like she's like Megan size.
Yeah,
you gotta fucking kick the shit out of a windshield. So PCP strength that's my immediate thought.
I can't think of the name of it. What's that like kind of culty workout club where they jump around and
CrossFit.
She looks like a CrossFit chick to me.
She's got a thigh tat and like
than a CrossFit chick.
Yeah,
she looks like she's just smokes like Marlboro Reds and
she's got a thigh tat. She has a tribal tat around her entire leg along her thigh.
It's probably barbed wire.
I feel like
I'm looking at her right now.
I feel like this can't be road rage.
It's a combination of road rage and whatever drug she was on.
I think she knows the driver.
Maybe, but there are just crazy.
That's a nice little twist right
people.
there.
Yeah,
that's a M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Because I can't imagine a stranger. Like, they're in a gas station parking lot. What could a stranger have done?
I mean, people doing drugs. I mean, you've walked across crazy people that are like just doped out of their minds, and they just are talking. Yeah, they're just talking like crazy to a wall, and you're just like, if you catch them at the wrong time, it might be you. So just keep on walking, head down.
Yep. Always head down. Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
Put it on a shirt. Do we have a shirt that says "Mind your business"?
We should.
We'll just for Chicago and New York.
All right. Well, that's a rundown. We could do an after show. Did you guys see the Portnoy thing?
Which one?
Where he was
on cricket. Talking about cricket. Yeah.
Cricket and Bumble, and he's just like,
Why am I here?
What are we doing here? So that was to me like no one rolls with that kind of situation better than Dave. Like, I think Dave is just the best. So I that cracked me up. Did you see that clip?
It's I'm clicking on the link right now, and it's linking me to my email. So
You've
I have
been
not seen
having
it.
problems with your email all morning.
Yeah, kind of. It was more the password situation,
Probably
but
Pete's fault.
I think I fixed it.
All right, anything else?
It is because of the new login shit we got to
Yeah.
do, which is outrageous to me.
Anything else from you guys?
No.
Wear sunscreen. Okay. Wear sunscreen.
It doesn't look as bad on cam. Well, that angle does a little bit. There we go. The contrast.
Put your sunscreen on.
Mine's not as bad.
All right, that's the rundown.